The Shadow of the Old Oak. It was the autumn of 1812 in a small fog-shrouded village in New England called Harlow. A young man named Elias Blackwood arrived by carriage just as dusk was falling. He was a simple clerk from Boston. His distant uncle, Colonel Jedediah Blackwood, had died several months earlier, leaving him the old stone mansion known as Willow House and a parcel of land. The moment Elias stepped down from the carriage, a chill ran down his spine. The house was ancient, its stone walls weathered by 2 centuries, windows cracked, and in the front yard stood a massive oak tree whose branches seemed to clutch at the sky itself. The villagers turned their faces away as he passed. One old man whispered, "No one stays in that house. The colonel's spirit still walks there."
The first few days were quiet. Elias cleaned the house, lit fires in the hearths, and began reading his uncle's old diary. The entries were strange and troubling. The colonel had written, "She still comes, in white, standing at my bedroom door. I beg forgiveness for what I did, but she does not listen." As the nights grew longer, the disturbances began. At first, it was only the wind. Then, one midnight, Elias woke suddenly. There was a woman standing in the doorway of his room. She wore a long white dress, her hair loose, her face hidden in shadow. She said nothing, only stretched out her hand. Her fingers were blackened, as if burned. Elias cried out, and the figure vanished. The next day, he sought out Old Man McKinley, the oldest resident of the village. The old man smoked his pipe slowly and told him the story. Colonel Jedediah murdered his wife, Eleanor, in 1798. He suspected she had a lover. One night, he dragged her beneath that very oak tree, strangled her, and buried her body under its roots. No one could prove it, but every autumn since then, Eleanor returns. Whoever lives in that house must pay for the colonel's sins.
Elias tried not to believe it, but the horrors grew worse. He heard scratching at the doors, faint whispers in the dark. "Jedediah, come back." In mirrors, he began to see another face beside his own, burned, blackened, watching. One stormy night, Elias could bear it no longer. He went out into the pouring rain and began digging beneath the old oak. After hours of labor, his hand struck something metallic, an old, rusted locket. Inside was a miniature portrait of Eleanor and a small note in her handwriting. "I was innocent." At that moment, a freezing hand fell upon his shoulder. Elias turned. Eleanor stood before him, her eyes empty sockets. She whispered, "Your blood carries his sin. The time has come." Elias screamed and ran, but the oak's branches came alive, wrapping around his legs like serpents. He fell to the ground. The last thing he saw was Eleanor's smile. Long-awaited revenge finally fulfilled. In the morning, the villagers found Elias Blackwood's body in front of Willow House. Dark bruises circled his throat, as if strangled by human hands. The earth beneath the oak had been freshly disturbed. From that day on, the people of Harlow say that on autumn nights, if you pass near the house, you can see 2 shadows beneath the old oak tree, a man and a woman, standing together forever. Some say they are still taking revenge. Others say they are simply searching for each other, bound for eternity. Which do you believe? Please comment. Subscribe for more story.